Hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing?
Welcome to Crafty Beach. This is Julie. Today I put together some of my favorite Patriotic tier tray DIYs for you. In total, we're going to be doing three different trays for the 4th of July. And of course, all of them have a little bit of a coastal flair. So let's get started with the first one. The first item is something I found at Dollar Tree in the toy aisle. It is a little umbrella for like a little doll table, but I thought it looked just like a beach umbrella, right? And it's already red and white, which is going to look patriotic, but where I'm going to sit it on my tier tray, you're going to be able to kind of see the underneath part instead, which is just solid red. So I'm just going to take some white acrylic paint, and I'm just going to paint every other section of my umbrella white and kind of have that red and white stripe pattern on our beach umbrella, because I wanted to do like, I want it to be very beach, but also very like traditional 4th of July colors. And I'm going to do like my little rectangular tier tray next to my entryway. So I wanted to do some fun beach coastal 4th of July DIYs for that. And I think this is going to be a fun thing. They also had like the loungers and stuff in this department. These little plastic toys. I always check the toy aisle at Dollar Tree because you never know what you're going to find. Now, with the white acrylic, it doesn't cover great, especially over red. So that is about how much coverage one coat got me. So I did go in and I just did a second coat of white on each one of those just to brighten that up, leaving the red parts as they were. And I think it gives you that red and white stripe pattern, but it almost looks like a peppermint candy, right? And this is the little umbrella stand it came with, which is going to make the perfect beach umbrella stand like that. And I can just kind of sit it up on its side on the tier tray. So I think that's going to be a great start. The back of it's super cute already. I don't have to do anything to that. And I think that is a really fun idea for a tier tray. Now, these are summer decorations. These are the little wooden flip-flops that they always have at Dollar Tree every summer when they come with the markers. And I thought we could make some patriotic flip-flops because I have an idea for a flip-flop kind of sign for this tier tray. So I wanted some patriotic flip-flops. So I'm going to use the back because I don't want to deal with like the design that's on there. And I want them to be like star pattern flip-flops, but I was worried because there was some writing on the back that I thought you were going to be able to see through the fabric. So I do go ahead and paint them white first. And the only reason I'm doing that is to cover up of that writing. Now, this bandana kind of has the star pattern in the middle, but it's a nice small star pattern. So I thought that'd be good for flip-flops. And you know, if you could find some little patriotic flip-flops, I like to decorate sometimes with the kid size ones. You could always use those as well. And I just go around with a Sharpie and kind of draw out the shape. I didn't realize I still kind of had some white paint on the edges of my flip-flops. And as you can see, it kind of got all over my bandana, but really only in the areas I'm going to cut off anyway. So I think it's going to be okay. So, you know, I've used the chair covers a couple times and I've used bandanas a couple of times. Those are probably my two favorite things to craft with from the 4th of July section at Dollar Tree, because you can get these great prints. Because, you know, Dollar Tree doesn't really have any patterns for scrapbook papers and stuff like that. But you can make do with these items, like these fabric items, right? So I'm just going to go in and carefully cut out my flip-flop shape, trying to avoid the paint. And I'm going to attach that to the front of the flip-flops to make them look like some blue star flip-flops. And I think this is going to be really cute. Just a little sign for the top of my tier tray. I'm going to kind of just lean it up against like the middle pole in there. And so it'll kind of stand up by itself. I don't really have to do much else to it. just a matter of decorating them first. But I definitely wanted to have flip-flops on this tier tray because it's going to go with my theme a little bit later on. So I just do a layer of Mod Podge on the flip-flops and lay the fabric right on top. The stars are not quite white. They're more of like a light blue, but it's pretty close to the colors that I was going for there. And I just use a wet wipe to kind of smooth that out, allowing the Mod Podge to come through. But I also go over the top of it with a little bit more Mod Podge to make sure that this is going to stay secure. And then I just went in and gave them a quick dry. I am going to kind of frame these out a little bit, but they did have a little bit of fraying, some strings coming out. So I just do go around the edges and try to trim that up a little bit first. And to make sure it was cut out okay. I do add a little bit more Mod Podge to this one, just because I wasn't super happy with how it was looking, but I think I got them secured. Now, this is what I'm going to frame it out with. This is that new macrame, like twine from Dollar Tree. I kind of like it because it is white. I thought that'd be a nice contrast, and it's nice and thin. So I'm just going to kind of outline the flip-flops with that. It's going to like frame the fabric, cover up any of the loose cuts here around the edges, any fraying that you can see. But it's also going to give you like, you know, the shape of the flip-flop, because I'm going to kind of do each one individually. Otherwise, it kind of looks like one big flip-flop like connected in the middle up here. So I guess kind of bring that down in the middle, but I'm just going to keep going and outline the next flip-flop too. I'm also going to use this macrame cord to do like the little section of the flip-flop that keeps it on your foot. I don't know what that's called, the straps. That's what it's called, the straps. And I just glue this around. I cut mine a little bit short, so I did go back and cut a little piece and put that in there just to kind of patch that in there. And then I'm going to cut 2 longer pieces for the straps of the flip-flop and just attach it with a dot of hot glue up here at the top, where it would go in between your toes, and down here on the side where it would be on the side of your foot. That way it can kind of stick up and still look like a flip-flop as not gluing the whole thing down, just the ends. No need to drill a hole through there or anything like that. You can still kind of get the same look just by gluing straight on top. Now for the inside pieces, I just need it to be a little bit shorter. So I cut 2 more pieces down and then I just attach it the same way. I do kind of like, you know, play around with them a little bit to make them kind of stick up a little bit. And so it looks a little bit loose, like you could slide feet through there to give that flip-flop look. But this was a really fun DIY. I love crafting with like flip-flops. I've done several projects with these. I always think they're fun. So there is our little patriotic flip-flop sign. I think it's going to go great for the 4th of July. They're pretty cute, aren't they? Now, our next DIY is so easy. They have these little mini tin buckets, and I thought this would be a great bucket of sand. These are from the 4th of July. They would all look great. I chose the blue one with the white stars. I thought that was super cute. And since this is a beach theme on this 4th of July tier tray, we're just going to fill it up with some sand and some seashells. So I just used some Dollar Tree brown sand. I'm so glad I was able to find that again. I was struggling there for a while to get brown. And I'm just going to do a variety of the little Dollar Tree seashells. These are all the ones that come in the little glass bottles. And just fill them up with some fun little beach finds. And this is just a super easy addition. That's basically all you have to do for that DIY. And I love those shells. I think they're so pretty. Okay, the next items are from the Target Dollar Spot. This is from their fairy garden section. $5, but look how cute these are. You get the little lifeguard chair, a beach umbrella, and a beach chair. I'm going to use 2 of these on this tier tray. I thought the red and white striped beach chair was going to be a perfect addition. It looks like flag stripes, and it's a beach theme, of course. And then I also wanted to use the little lifeguard chair as well. I'm not going to use the beach umbrella because we already DIY'd our own beach umbrella, and the colors on that's not really going to match with what we're doing for 4th of July. But I think this will be super cute. I don't have a lifeguard to put in it, but we'll think of something fun to put there. I think it's so cute. I mean, $5 for 3, not too bad when you look at the quality of these. Now, this is also from the Target dollar spot. This is their little lifeguard house, and I thought the colors were perfect for the 4th of July, red, white, and blue. And these are $3 from the Target dollar spot. So mine, the paint was a little bit messed up on the lifeguard part, but I'll just dress it anyway. You won't be able to tell. I also wanted to add a flag, so I'm going to use a little cupcake topper from the Dollar Tree and just kind of have it like hanging off the side of the lifeguard house, just decorated for the 4th of July, just to add a little flag touch. And I just glue that on to the side with a dot of hot glue. Now, I told you that the painting on mine was a little bit messed up. And so that's why I decided to go in and distress it right there, just to kind of make that look like that wasn't like a messed up sign. And I love to distress things anyway. I think it looks very coastal farmhouse. So I just use a chunky brush, a dry brush, and some ivory acrylic. And I am so lightly just distressing this house and kind of making that look like it was done on purpose. But how cute are these, right? I love it. And this is the other one that I got at the Target's dollar spot. This is like another little kind of lifeguard house, I guess. It was $3 as well. I thought the red and white stripes were perfect for the flag, and it's also got the blue on there. Since I distressed the other one, I decided to go ahead and dry brush some ivory on this one too, just to kind of make them look, you know, match each other a little bit. They had 3 of these. These were the 2 that I thought looked like good for 4th of July. And then I wanted to add a star to this just for, you know, 4th of July, a little star touch. And I have one of those little hanging decor pieces from the from Dollar Tree, from Shore Living. And it had a little like navy starfish on there. So I thought we could use that somehow. And I was thinking maybe like attaching it up here or maybe like to the roof of the house. I decided the roof of the house, I kind of liked that a little bit better. So I just hot glue that on, just add a little star. And I really didn't want it to blend in with those blue windows up there on top. So I do go in with a white paint pen, and I'm just gonna like, you know, just go around the edges of the starfish just to make that pop a little bit. Bring a little star pattern in to our little beach house. And I think these are perfect for a tier tray. They're just the right size to go on the bottom tier. They're not too tall. And I love them. They're so cute. So that is our second little beach house. Now, this is also from Target. This is one of their $5 cheap potted plants. I love it because I think it looks like seagrass. You could totally make it your own with some onion grass from the Dollar Tree if you didn't have this. But I just pop a Dollar Tree little American flag in there, and that one's ready to go. Okay, now I told you I wanted to do something with flip-flops, so I wanted to make a little flip-flop sign. And so I found these signs at the Dollar Tree the other day, and I thought these would be great for a tier tray. And look, they just pop right out. They have a great frame, so they'll stand straight up in the tier tray. It's just a matter of covering up the writing that's on there. It was kind of a glossy paper, and I want to make a navy sign. All I really had was like a lighter navy blue color. So I mixed that together with some black. So I really wanted like a dark blue color, and I want to cover all that writing that was on there anyway. So I just mixed those colors together to give me a darker color, and I go over it several times because I really want to cover up all of the white that was on there. I want to leave the frame of it white though. I wanted to do a really cute little sign. So I went to my Cricut, and I will share this file. It's super easy. I know Cricut's been kind of weird about like sharing files, but I'll try to see if I can share the SVG for this if you want to recreate it. But otherwise, it's going to be really easy. I just used the skinny font for fireworks and flip-flops and a cursive font for freedom. And I'm just going to weed that out. I just cut this out of white vinyl that I got on Amazon. And that, you know, those Ray Dunn, like the skinny letters are super hard to keep on there, but it actually worked. This is a new white vinyl that I just got on Amazon the other day. It's like a matte white and I really liked it. And then I'm using my favorite paper, transfer paper, that I also get on Amazon. They are both linked in my store below. And I am just going to use that to transfer this white vinyl directly to that navy sign. And we're going to have a quick, easy little sign, just making sure all those skinny letters stay on there. And I like to trim up one side. It helps me line it up a little bit. As you can see with the paper, transfer paper, you can see through it, but only a little bit. But it is an excellent transfer paper because it doesn't destroy like freshly painted items like this. So it says Fireworks Freedom Flip-Flops. I thought that would be a really fun way to tie everything together on this tier tray. And it goes with the flip-flops that we made earlier. How cute is that for a Dollar Tree sign? I love it. Ready to go. Now, this is from the Shore Living item. This is a whale hook. They had these this year, and I didn't really need any hooks for my house, but I thought I could probably take these and make it into something else, and I had a great idea for this little whale. I thought instead of using it as a hook, that would be a perfect stand to make the little whale stand up on a tier tray, and we could just decorate the back of it instead, right? So I'm just peeling off the sticker. There's a little indentation where the little, knob goes in there. And then there's also this little hook that I just unscrewed from the back. So I do have a couple of holes there on the back that I just need to fill in a little bit so that we can decorate this little whale. So I just use a little Dollar Tree spackle and fill both of those in. Now I had an idea for this. I wanted to do like a patriotic whale, and you'll see what I mean. And I'm glad I thought to do that because I had no idea what I was going to do. I picked up the mermaid, one whale, and I think there's another one. I can't remember what it is. And I had no idea what I was going to do with it, so I only got one of each. Now I'm going to take some painter's tape and just kind of block off the rectangle up here to the left like you would on a flag, right? And then I want to paint the rest of the whale to look like red and white flag stripes. So the first thing I'm going to do is paint the whale white with just some acrylic paint. And that raw wood from the Dollar Tree paints so easily. One coat is plenty. Now I decided to kind of freehand my red stripes. I didn't really want them to be perfect. So I just used the tip of a foam brush from the Dollar Tree and some bright red acrylic paint, and I'm just gonna kind of do my best stripes on here, trying to keep them relatively even and spaced out, and go all the way up my whale to make flag stripes. Now if you want your stripes to be perfect, you could always use painter's tape for this part, but I kind of wanted a lot of stripes on there, and so I think that worked pretty well. So I give that a quick dry, remove my painter's tape, and now we still have that part of the flag that we need to do. And again, I didn't really have a dark enough color, so I mixed my navy blue with black together to get me a navy color that we can paint this part of our flag. That dark blue color. And I just use a small brush to kind of keep me in line here and just do that little quadrant. And I thought it was a little dark, so I added a little bit more navy blue to it just to brighten it up a little bit. And my plan was not really to add like stars to that, but I thought a starfish would be really cute. And I get these little tiny starfish on Amazon. I have these linked in my store below too. And just a dot of hot glue. We're just going to do one star on our little whale. And we're going to put a little real starfish on there for the star part of our flag. And that's all there is to it. We have a little patriotic whale with a built-in stand. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, I thought we could also use some of these fairy garden items to decorate, like the seashell, pelican, like a life preserver, and a lobster. I thought that'd be a fun variety to decorate our tier tray. And then I wanted to do like a little pennant banner for the top and the bottom. And I picked up this great bow at the Dollar Tree. I didn't really find any ribbon that I liked for this idea, so I thought we could take this bow apart and kind of do our own thing with it. It's this great like burlap stars and stripes. It's even got like plastic on the back, I guess, to make it weatherproof, which makes it really sturdy and easy to work with. So instead of red and white striped ribbon, now I have this. So I'm going to do the top tier. I'm going to do like a little pennant banner, and I'm just going to cut little triangular shapes out of that. And I like to do like an odd number. So I think I did five little triangles, just cutting those out of that fabric. And again, the plastic on there was pretty cool. I don't know. I've picked up several of these this year because they just look so high end, but I didn't really know what I was going to do with them. And I'm glad I did because I definitely needed some more fabric for this. And the burlap totally goes with the coastal feel as well. We're going to cut one more, and I already cut a piece of twine down that's just the right size for my top tier of my tier tray, and just a matter of gluing these on. And it doesn't take very much glue, just kind of a little drop to get it started. And I just glue it directly onto the burlap. I always like to do like a pennant banner or some kind of ribbon to decorate my tiers and my tier trays. I really think it makes it go together nicely. But I do want them to be kind of straight too. So I do kind of flip it over, make sure that they're good and secure all the way across the top of these so they will hang correctly. And then I always attach these to my tier tray with just a dot of hot glue on each edge, and it makes them hang really cute, kind of drape down. So that is the top tier. Now I cut this twine down for the bottom tier. It's going to be larger. And so I'm going to use this part, the star part, to do the bottom one. Now be careful. There's some really big staples in here keeping this together too. You can kind of see that plastic lining inside that I was talking about. It's kind of a hard plastic. Now, this one I thought maybe we would do, it's something besides just a triangle, just to mix it up, add a little variety to the first one. So for this one, I thought we would do more of the triangle cut out from the bottom, if you know what I mean. So I cut out like a rectangular shape first, and then cut a triangle out of the bottom. So it has like the 2 points that go down. I don't know what that's called. It's a different kind of pennant banner, but I don't know what it's called. And I'm going to do that all the way across. I have plenty of this material, just using that one bow. And I found the easiest way was just to use one for reference, cut down a rectangle. That way they'll all be the same size. And then just kind of cut out the triangle notch individually. And we're going to do that all the way across until we fill this up. These are my first new Patriotic DIYs that I've made this year. I have so many that I've made already. I do donate a lot of my DIYs, but I don't know if I donated enough because I have so many in the past 2 years of doing this channel. But I definitely wanted to do some new ideas for you guys. So I'll probably have one more new Patriotic video coming out too. Just because I did buy supplies, I did not buy a lot though. So I did 5, and then I was like, you know what? That's not going to be enough. I'm going to need at least 2 more. So I cut out 2 more, still using that same bow. So we've made both pennant banners out of that $1.25 bow. And I think that looks better. I always like to do an odd number of those. I think it hangs better. And this is how it looks on my tier tray. I glued them to like a little dot on each side, and we can start decorating. Now, I told you a beach theme, so we have to have sand, right? But I don't want to go too crazy with it. So I put a thin layer of Dollar Tree sand down first, and we can start putting this tier tray together. So here's our little beach umbrella that we painted to look like red and white stripes for 4th of July. And just kind of sit that in the sand on top, kind of like a beach umbrella would be stuck in the sand. Need a little bit more sand over here because I kind of want this to look like a beach scene where somebody can relax. And here is the little Adirondack or beach chair, I guess, from the Target dollar spot. I think that looks really cute together. Here is that Target grass that we got that I just stuck a flag in. Let me back this up a little bit so you can kind of see that. It's a little taller than my shot. So there's the flag there in the grass. It kind of looks like a dune. And then I'm just going to kind of lean my little star flip-flops right here on top. And I think that looks really cute for the top of our tier tray. Now, the bottom, we have a little bit more space to work with. I do want that beach theme to continue, though, so I do use the rest of my Dollar Tree sand just to give me a layer of sand down here. I always say I'm not going to do this because, you know, it can be kind of messy when you take your tier tray apart, but I always love adding snow or sand or whatever to my tier tray. So here's our little lifeguard building that we got at the Target dollar spot that we added a little flag to. I'm going to put that back here in the back. And here is our little patriotic whale, stands up on its own. I think that's so fun. I'm going to kind of put that in front because it's shorter, and then maybe one of the little shells from the fairy garden section here in the sand. And then like right in the middle, like in front of the pole, we're going to put our little sign that we DIY'd with the Dollar Tree sign. I love that saying. I saw it on a big sign at Bell's the other day, and I was like, oh, I totally need to make a sign like that. I'm going to top that with a little red lobster from the fairy garden section. And here is our other Target dollar spot, little beach house with the red and white stripes and little starfish on top. And then our little Dollar Tree bucket filled with sand and shells would look really cute over here. And we only have a couple of items left. We have that little lifeguard chair, and I'm going to sit that right in front. We can have, like, the little pelican can sit in the lifeguard chair. Why not? And then we also have, like, this little life preserver there to go with the lifeguard theme. And I really love how this tier tray turned out. This was my 4th of July tier tray last year. So a couple of those items from the Target dollar spot, just be aware I did get last year at Target dollar spot, but I think they'd be pretty easy to recreate with some red and white stripes, maybe even on some Dollar Tree houses. But, you know, anytime I can find them inexpensive like that and pre-made, I'm going to try to add those to my tier tray. It's just going to make it a little bit easier. But I love the little beach umbrella, the flip-flops, and the saying on the sign. I think it all goes together really well. If you want to mix it up a little bit and not do the navy, you could do like a beachy or a blue color. Sometimes I do that with my coastal 4th of July decor. But I think this is a really fun theme for a tier tray. And I absolutely love how it turned out. Those little pennant banners are adorable. Hey guys, are you liking this video so far? If you are, be sure to hit that like button. It always helps my videos do better here on YouTube. And if you haven't joined my private Facebook group, please do. I have it linked in the description below. I'd love to see what you're crafting, and you'll get to see what everybody else has been making. I have a Facebook page, Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest. My handle on everything is Crafty Beach on YouTube. Okay, for the next tier tray, we're going to do kind of a nautical coastal theme for 4th of July and using a lot of DIYs from the Dollar Tree. Hopefully you'll get lots of fun 4th of July crafting inspiration from this one. But I always like to do a cute little floral arrangement, and these little metal buckets from the Dollar Tree are always perfect. This one is just looks like a flag, right? But I kind of want to give it that coastal farmhouse vibe. So I am just lightly distressing all over the little metal bucket with a little ivory acrylic paint and just using a chunky brush, wiping off any excess. I don't want to like cover up like the pattern of the flag on there. I just want it to look a little bit rustic. And I kind of thought one of these wired jute cords would make like a better handle than what was on there before. It was like a blue ribbon. And I thought this would work perfectly because this already has like the wire inside the jute. It's going to kind of make it look a little bit coastal. So this is just a quick, easy DIY for your tier tray. We're going to do a total of 3 patriotic tier trays today to get you inspired for your 4th of July tier tray. 4th of July tier trays, I've been doing them for a couple of years. I am a huge fan of them. I know some people are just starting to do them, and I have tons of tier tray videos on my channel. I've got a whole playlist, so you'll have to check them out. I've got lots of great ideas. Now, that green foam that you saw there from the Dollar Tree fits perfectly in these little metal buckets. You just push it in there, but I don't want you to be able to see like that green foam. So we're just going to cover the top of it with some Dollar Tree Spanish moss. That's going to look coastal and fun, and it's going to cover it up. Now, I didn't want to do like coastal tropical, but I wanted it to look coastal. At first I was gonna do like an ivory flower, but it just didn't seem like it was gonna be my thing. So I thought succulents would be fun because it's gonna be kind of coastal, right? Kind of unexpected. So I'm just gonna use 3 of these little succulents from the Dollar Tree. I kind of like just picked 3 different colors to give a little bit of variety. And I think that green one actually came out of a pot. Sometimes they're in pots, sometimes they're stems, but I'm just pushing all 3 of the succulents down inside the flag. And I love how that turned out because I think it definitely looks like something that you would see around here with the succulents. Okay, next DIY, I love these signs from the Dollar Tree because they're so easy to remake. They have like the wood background with a little sign on top. And I am just going to cover that up. It can be a little challenging to cover the writing on that sign up top. So that's why I'm using chalk paint, and kind of wanted to go with like more of a warm color. And so that's why I picked cashew. It's kind of like the color of sand almost, right? And I am just going to paint that top sign. And I thought we could do a quick, easy little tier tray sign with some window decals from the Dollar Tree. Now, even with chalk paint, I found that you could still see the writing through there with one coat. So it's definitely going to require 2. I'm also going to rough it up a little bit with a little sanding sponge once I get it painted. Because again, we're going for that rustic coastal farmhouse vibe, right? And check out this cute little decal. I think that is going to be perfect. It's going to kind of go with the color scheme that I have. And I think it's going to fit perfectly on this sign if I were to stand it straight up. So I just do a thin layer of Mod Podge on my sign, peel off the window cling, and just lay it right on top. The colors are kind of perfect for what I'm going today. It says Land of the Free because of the brave. And I get it on there, smooth it out, and just give that a quick dry. You guys know I love making things with window clings, but small signs, it is perfect because you don't have to get your Cricut out. You don't have to print anything out. You can kind of find the vibe you're going for and make it work. So as you saw, I just Mod Podged once more on top to make sure that it stays down. Then I wanted, a little bit of a coastal touch. I love to use starfish for 4th of July because, of course, they're stars. So it's automatically going to give us that coastal feel. I get these little ones like this on Amazon, and these are available in my shop below as well. Sometimes they're all tiny when they come in, and sometimes they have like a variety of sizes. I chose like 2 of the medium ones, and I thought we would just kind of hot glue 1 in each corner on opposite corners, kind of like that, just securing those on there with a little dot of hot glue. And the color goes perfectly with like the sign, so it kind of blends in. So I thought if I just use a tiny brush and some white acrylic, I can make them stand out a little bit. And I also just distressed the whole thing with some of that white as well, or the ivory, just to kind of, give it that coastal farmhouse vibe. Otherwise, I thought that, the little starfish were just going to fade in. You weren't going to be able to see them. And I always like to distress over the window decals because it's going to kind of make it look more like a hand-painted sign in the end and kind of take away some of that glossiness, anything that's left over. And the Mod Podge I use is always like matte too because that helps keep the shine down. Okay, next DIY, I'm going to use a wood house from the Crafter Square at Dollar Tree. One of those little spring bags that I think looks like seagrass, right? And I thought we would just cover the house, make like a little patriotic seagrass house, if you will. So I kind of had this idea in my mind, didn't know if it would really work, but I love how it turned out. So I just cut half the bag off and it gave me a great sheet of seagrass. I just lay the house right on top and then just use an ink pen to sketch out exactly where I need to go in and cut. Now I think it's going to be fine with like just the raw wood behind the seagrass, like that. And so basically it's just a matter of attaching that. And then I also want to decorate that with the starfish. We're going to use a Dollar Tree Shore Living starfish. Now, I thought I want stripes, and this just happens to have the rose of the purse, and I am just using my red paint pen. Super easy way just to give it some red stripes. I am just painting every other row of the seagrass red. We're going to leave it like red and like tan like that, and I think that's going to look super patriotic, but also a little bit coastal, right? So I'm just going to use hot glue to attach that. I don't think you're really going to be able to see that through it because it's such a thick material. And just smooth that down. And I wanted to tell you guys, keep checking your stores for Shore Living. I just left a Dollar Tree, a small Dollar Tree that was out of everything Shore Living the last time I was there, and I found a ton of starfish, sand dollars, tablecloths, signs, all kinds of stuff. Like, I was shocked, honestly. And I never think I have enough starfish and sand dollars, and I use them year round. So I made sure to stock up on some more of these. Love them. They're plastic, but they look really cool because they have a great texture on there. And I just attached it to the front of the house with a little bit of hot glue. And we have a little patriotic house furniture tray. Isn't that simple yet cute? I love that. Okay, the next item we're going to use for the tier tray is one of these little anchors from the Shore Living line. Mine happen to be white. They do come in different colors. They come in like navy and red and stuff like that. And I really wanted mine to be like blue or navy. This is kind of almost like a royal blue color of acrylic paint, and I'm just going to paint all over it. As you can see, even though like it's like Dollar Tree, it's got that like great wood texture that makes it look like it's made out of real wood, even though like it totally isn't. And I just use a brush to make it blue because that way I can kind of get down in between all of the grooves on that texture, right? Now, I usually like my anchors to have some kind of a rope or something, and I'm actually going to use one of these little wood bead garlands. I picked that up at Target Dollar Spot. It is a tiered tray starter kit, but you know, they have something very similar this year at Dollar Tree as well that would work really well, or you could kind of make your own with some of the Dollar Tree wood beads. I thought that would be fun to kind of string that along the top. It's got a little star on the end. That's white. That's going to be a nice contrast, but I think it looks a little bit coastal, right? So I just tie that around like the hanger so it'll kind of like just dangle down in front of the anchor. And I did pick a Target Dollar Spot tier tray kit up last year, so I haven't seen any 4th of July tier tray kits yet at Dollar Tree. So I'm curious what they're going to have this year. I love those tier tray starter kits because they're always a great deal. Now, I do want it to stand up because I don't really have anything to lean it on my tier tray. So I'm just going to make a quick, easy little stand with some of those Dollar Tree like little Jenga blocks. I glue 3 of them together, kind of just to make a little base, just enough to make it stand up. But I also don't want it to be like where it'll tip over. So that is a cute little coastal anchor, if you will. Now to continue on with this tier tray starter kit, this is just like stacked books and it's super easy. Like I think it was kind of meant to be like more rustic, and I kind of want to make it rustic, but I also want to make it coastal. So you could always use one of those from the Dollar Tree if you can't find one of these, or there's so many book stack options nowadays, and you can kind of paint it and stain it like this as well. I'm going to use another one of the Dollar Tree window decals. They're so cute. And I thought these 3 little mini signs were going to be a great time saver because I can just trim these down into 3 little decals, and that will make 3 book covers. They're kind of shaped just perfectly to be book covers. And they say bright stars, bold stripes, brave hearts. The colors are perfect for what I'm going with today. And so it's just a matter of attaching those to my wood book stack. I always love a wood book stack on a tier tray. And this one is going to be just the right size. So I do a thin layer of Mod Podge and just peel off my decals and lay them right on there. And as you can see, there's also like little stars on the sides of the book. So super cute. And then once you get them on there, it's always a good idea to Mod Podge over the top of them as well. But you might need to give them a dry first so it doesn't kind of mess around, move around too much. Now to make them look like a tied book stack, I'm going to use some Dollar Tree twine, and I'm just going to wrap that around a couple of times and tie that off like it's a stack of books all tied together. Super easy. And then, of course, I want a little coastal touch. I'm going to use one of these little plastic starfish. I get these on Amazon as well. They're molded. They're plastic, kind of like the ones from Dollar Tree, but they're a lot smaller. And I wanted mine to be red. So they're white, these, and I just paint mine red with some bright red acrylic paint. I also buy these, you'll see in my Amazon shop, in like a teal color. I think they're so cute and they're so easy to craft with. But they also have like the starfish clothespins and stuff like that this year at Dollar Tree. You can always use something like that too, or some of the little grow animals. I think they might be a starfish in those as well. That might be pretty equivalent from the Dollar Tree. And that is how it turned out. Towards the end of this first tier tray, you'll see how I put everything together. But remember, we've got 3 tier trays today. I want you guys to have lots of patriotic inspiration. Okay, this was the last piece that was in that tier tray starter kit, and it's just a small sign with just a wood stained star on there. And I thought I would use another one of those little plastic molded starfish just on top to give that coastal touch. And no direction really fit like the way that was going. So I just glue it on there. And then I wanted to have a blue touch to it. It seemed a little plain for my tier tray. So I'm just using this pretty royal blue color, and I am just carefully painting the top part of this, that blue color. So we'll have like the blue, the white, and the different like stains of wood. And I think that looks really cute. It was so easy to put together. Now, this is from the Shore Living line at Dollar Tree. These are those little door pillows, and this is the starfish one. I thought this would be perfect for a tier tray because they're always fun to use on tier trays, and I never hang these on doors, so I really have no other use for them besides tier trays. So I just cut the little hanger off and the tags, and it leaves me with the cutest little starfish pillow, which is just the right size for a tier tray, and the colors are perfect for the 4th of July. Now, this is from the Shore Living line as well. This is a garden stake with like an oar, an arrow, a little life buoy on there, but it's just a matter of taking the stake off the back. Don't know if I saw these this year. They seem to have come out with a lot of new yard stakes with the Shore Living line this year, but I thought this would just be a fun item to attach to the top of my tier tray. And the colors are kind of just perfect, right? We've got our red, white, and blue. So it's just a matter of finding a way to kind of tie this on. And I'm just going to do that by putting some Dollar Tree twine on the back, hot gluing that on. I'm trying to think what would be cute. The ones this year that I saw that might be really cute, they have like a navy and white sailboat. I think that would look really good too at the top of a tier tray. Now, these are also from the Dollar Tree. Oh no, Dollar Spot at Target, but they have very similar ones at Dollar Tree. These have like kind of a prettier wood finish on them, but it doesn't really matter because we're going to kind of cover that up anyway. I got this great blue star fabric at the Dollar Tree that looks just like flag stars. So I'm just going to lay my little chunky wood star on top and use an ink pen to sketch that out. And we can have a cute little star for our tier tray. The colors are perfect and I love this fabric. It's so cute. I always have to look at the fabric whenever I see it at Dollar Tree because you can find some real gems like this one. But it's kind of going with my, more traditional color, red, white, and blue. I'm not doing the turquoise on this one. And I'm just going to attach it with a rather thick layer of Mod Podge since it is fabric all over the front of the wood star. And this wood star, being from Target Dollar Spot, you could always use the ones from Dollar Tree, pretty much exactly the same size. So I'm just cleaning up any excess glue that may have eased out. And then you're going to want to trim it up a little bit too if it's not cut perfectly. But the other one I thought I would just leave wood, but I did want it to have a coastal touch. And so I'm going to use one of these little fairy garden crabs from the Dollar Tree and just glue that on one of the stars just for fun. A little red hermit crab kind of hanging out on the star. And I think that's going to look cute. Now, this is a sign that I got like half price at Goodwill. So it was like 50 cents, but you can use whatever you've got. I always get these signs like on clearance at Target Dollar Spot. The real small ones like this, I really love that size. And so I'm just going to cover up whatever was on there. It was like a bear with some ivory acrylic and maybe a couple coats so that you can't see through there anymore. I needed like another 4th of July sign for this tier tray, something small. And we're going to Mod Podge on another window cling. This one is square and so is this one that says, I love USA. Super patriotic. The colors are perfect. And it looks great on that ivory background like that. So I just smooth it on, go over it with another coat of Mod Podge, dry it, and give it a light distress with a little bit of ivory. Maybe not that much. You have to be careful when you're wiping off any excess though, because you can accidentally wipe off some of your Mod Podge. But this is how it looks so far, but I thought we could make it look a little bit coastal too. This is also from the Shore Living line. This is the little red lobster. He's so cute. He's got like little pincers, and I'm going to glue him right on top, just kind of like overhanging the side of our sign. And then I'm going to use one of these little Dollar Tree American flag cake toppers. They're like on toothpicks. And look, it's just his size. And I thought his pincers would be perfect to hold an American flag. It's totally going to give that coastal vibe. So I just trim my toothpick up a little and a little dot of hot glue to secure that inside his little pincers. And we have a little patriotic lobster now. I love little touches like this on a tier tray because tier trays are so cute. People like to really study them. And when they see a little fun detail like that, it always makes them smile. Now, this is from Dollar Tree. It's actually from like the automotive department. And that's right, it is just an air freshener for your car. But it's a really cute little American flag. And I thought, well, that would be a cute decoration. So I have another sign. I have no idea. I think this was a Target Dollar Spot sign that I DIY'd before because it looks like it's already painted, has a little glue on it. But that's okay. We can make it something again. I like to try to recycle my signs if I'm not going to use them again, especially this little tiny size like this because they're just perfect. They'll fit pretty much wherever on a tier tray. And so I just painted mine ivory and then going over it with a coat of matte Mod Podge. I decided to go a little bit thicker because this is kind of like a cardboard thickness, this air freshener. And win-win, it'll also act as an air freshener, right? And make my room smell good. So I just glued that straight onto the sign. It was almost a perfect size to fit on here. And then, I have to make it look a little bit coastal, right? So I go in with a little ivory paint and a chunky brush, and we're just going to distress, working in one direction. And look at this cute little sign that we made with an air freshener from the Dollar Tree. Okay, so You saw me use these little cupcake picks before, and I thought this would be a really cute way just to make a really simple little banner for the tier tray. And so these little flags are like made out of paper, but they're still super cute. So I'm just going to cut the toothpicks off of all of them. And I just need a small, like, mini pennant banner to go across the front of my tier tray. And so I just attached them with hot glue. I didn't think I would really be able to string through them, but I just glue them right on top of the twine like that. And this is just some of that, like, brown and white twine. Might be Shore Living. I'm not sure. I like to try to pick up a variety, but you could do it with any twine. It's just a really simple little pennant banner. And whenever you're hanging your flags, be sure to hang like the star part to the top and to the left. That's the proper way to hang your flag. And that is how it turned out. It's super easy and super cute. And you guys know I love this ribbon. I think it looks like fishnet. It's a mesh ribbon from the Dollar Tree in tan. And I think that's going to be really cute on here as well to go with the coastal theme. So here's the tier tray you saw me build. We have our coast at the top, that metal stake decoration. I attached the flag banner to the front. And now we're going to style this first tier tray for 4th of July. So I like to use some wood blocks to try to make things taller, which is what I did with this little starfish sign in the back. I just placed one right underneath it. And then blue on one side, let's do like red and white stripes on the other. Our little seagrass house with the starfish, I just love that. And then our little star, chunky star there right in front. We've got like that star stripe combination. And then maybe like the little book stack right over here on this side. And we're already on the bottom tier. Now this is just a plank sign. I'm using this to help this pillow stand up because I really didn't have anywhere for the pillow except for the back. And it's not going to have anything to lean back against. So that's going to help it stay up. And it provided great height there at the bottom of my tier tray. And we have our little succulents and our little American flag 10 bucket, which I love. Our little land of the free sign that we made with a few starfish on there as well. And so like everything, you know, kind of has a little bit of a coastal farmhouse vibe, especially with like the crab on this one and the lobster on the other one. And I just kind of like put the shorter items in front, the larger items in back so you can see everything. And then for a little filler, maybe some more of this mesh ribbon because it really gives you that fun like fishnet feel. I love that stuff. And I like the tan one. It's my favorite. Sometimes I use the white one as well. Maybe I'll put a piece like right over here as well, just to kind of fill up any gaps once I finish decorating this. And here is our little blue anchor. I left it with a little bit of the white showing through to kind of make it look distressed. And our little I Love USA sign with our little patriotic lobster. I think he's so cute. He's one of my favorite pieces. And this is how it turned out. A little bit of a nautical take on a 4th of July tier tray. Really fun. A lot of those items are still available at Dollar Tree this year. Like the anchor was available, the tin and stuff like that, the air fresheners. The pillows I did not see this year with the starfish on them, but I kind of wanted to give you some ideas of things you can make with the little window decals. Make great little signs like that for tier trays. Super cute. And of course, I love using any of the beach little fairy garden items. So cute. Succulents kind of go with anything. And, you know, I love like a little book stack there for a tier tray and some fun stars and stripe DIYs with some unexpected things like the seagrass house with the starfish on there. And of course, I use lots of starfish for my coastal 4th of July decor because it's perfect for 4th of July, especially when you like this theme for your house. And I hope you enjoyed this tier tray. It was a lot of fun to put together, and hopefully you got lots of fun ideas. Hey guys, have you checked out my new website yet? It's craftybeach.net. I just started it this spring. And what happens is I'm going to do a blog post for every one of my videos that I do here on YouTube. So you can just go to craftybeach.net, click on one of the blog posts. If you scroll down, you can see photos of all of the DIYs I made in that video that you can then pin on Pinterest so you can remember to make them. If you scroll down, you can find a link to the YouTube video. So super convenient. I'm going to have everything organized by season. Right now I have Easter, beach, and now we're going to be doing 4th of July on here. I even have like my Amazon shop linked and my Etsy store. So if you're looking for any of those items, it's going to make it super convenient to find them. I also have a link to like all of my socials on there as well. So it is craftybeach.net. Brand new website, super excited about it. Be sure to check it out. Now let's make another one. I found this adorable like seagrass tier tray at the Target dollar spot. It was only $5. And what I wanted to do was a small tier tray because sometimes you don't have very much room, but you want to add a little bit of 4th of July fun. Now this is a shore living fish sign from previous years. Super cute. I didn't see this one this year, but they do have, you know, like the wood fish that you could always paint. I love this one the way that it is. So I think this is going to be a cute little piece to sit on the top of my tier tray right there. I'm just going to simply take the hanger off and sit it on the top of the tier tray. Then I wanted like a little beach house in there, and I picked these up at the Target dollar spot too. Just some little chunky wood houses, but there's like a million options for like little houses like this at the Dollar Tree as well. I liked these because they were already like looking coastal, right, with the colors and the stars and stripes. But I wanted to make them like a little bit more coastal. So these are some little tiny starfish that I get on Amazon. Again, these are linked in my store below. I buy these in like the, you know, natural cream ivory, but I also like to buy these in blue. Look how cute they are. They're real little starfish and they're like dyed blue. And I'm just going to glue those onto the stars. So it didn't even really have to have stars on there. I just have like the wood with a stripe on a house with little starfish on there for the stars. And this is such a small tier tray that really only a couple items can fit on it, but it's perfect for like an entryway where you don't have a lot of room. So I think that looks super sweet, and I think that's really all it needs. I like the colors and everything on that, our little starfish house. Then I wanted to make another DIY, so I'm going to use a Dollar Tree sign. And then I found this great number 4 at the Target dollar spot for $1. I think it was just a house letter, but you know, I'm not going to miss the opportunity for a 4 for the 4th of July, right? And then these signs from the Dollar Tree are those great wood signs that have like the little pop-out sign on the front. And I'm just going to cover that up with some of that removable wallpaper from the Dollar Tree that kind of looks like the white boards. That's going to give it a nice coastal feel and make this a blank. This year they have like the actual blanks are a little bit bigger, but that would work as well. And then I thought we would attach like the 4 to the front of that. I did want to kind of tone it down a little bit, so I take a little ivory and distress all over just to tone down like the little line between the boards and just to give it more of an ivory touch. And then for the 4, I wanted to stand out bold, so we're going to paint the 4 red. And I'm just going over it with a paint pen. Easy peasy. It's just going to be a simple number 4 sign. It's going to get the point across. That's the 4th of July, right? And just something super easy. So once I get that painted red and dry, I'm just going to hot glue that on our little Dollar Tree sign. And this, I think, is going to be the perfect size to fit on this small little tier tray. Kind of standing it up on the back, but on the other side where it kind of peeks out from behind the house. Then I'm just going to fill it up with some Dollar Tree seashells all over, just for fun. Makes a great filler, especially for a tiny tray like this where you're not going to fit much more on there. And then a little American flag from the Dollar Tree is going to be the final touch. And I just stand that right on top.
kind of threading it in the little hole against the hanger.
So this was a really easy 4th of July tier tray. I hopefully gave you a little bit of crafting inspiration for your tier trays and to inspire you to kind of use a coastal decor for your 4th of July tier tray DIYs. And now you've made it all the way to the final reveal. Thank you so much for joining me today for these 4th of July tier trays. They were so cute and I can't wait to make a new one for this year. Be sure to comment which one of the tier trays was your favorite in the comments below, or even just to come say hello. I love reading all of your kind comments. Enjoy the final reveal. Thank you so much for watching my YouTube video all the way to the end. It always helps my videos do so much better here on YouTube. And I also want to give a huge thank you and shout out to all of my Crafty Beach Bum members for supporting my channel. Thank you to Karen O'Haron, Melinda Elizabeth, Jamie Job, Susan Edmonds, Tracy Knight, Nancy Wunner, Janae Farrington, Pamelia Wren, Maria Grace, Donna Schreiner, Sandy C., Debbie DeLay, Ariana's Mama, and Live Another Day. If you would like to become a Crafty Beach Bum member, all you have to do is hit the join button under today's video. It's $4.99 a month. You can cancel any time, and you're going to get early ad-free access to my videos, and you'll get a shout out in my videos as well. And if you'd like more 4th of July DIYs, check out this video right here. Until next time, happy crafting.